Alright, what's going on, man? It's your boy Kuzzins, and I'm back with another video, man. Look for my signs, so I'm not going nowhere. Now, before I actually get into this video, let's do some housekeeping. Let's all the cousins come up to the front and let's do some housekeeping. Alright, so number one is, as y'all can see, my subscriber count is currently sitting at 1.7. Man, I would love to get to 2K subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please click that button right there. It'll go from subscribe to subscribe when you click the button. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'll give you time to do that. Thank you. Number two, if you clicked on this video, please stay for the length of this video. That really helps out a small account like myself. I am so close to reaching that next stage of monetization when it comes to my YouTube channel. And that really helped me a lot because I need it badly. And lastly, number three, if you've been watching my latest videos, it kind of looks like some of the resolution for my videos dropped in quality. And I simply just need a new camera. I will be getting a new camera very soon, so that will ultimately fix that. I landed on the DJI Pocket 3, I think that's how you say it or whatever. So many content creators rip and rave about it, so I will be getting a new camera soon. So that issue will subside. But honestly, the one thing that I found that makes watching it as I edit my videos and I'm watching it back, watching it on 1.5 speed really helps like disappear. God damn, words are hard. But I found that watching it on a different speed, like 1.5, really like mitigates that issue. So if you are having that issue and you're like, damn, what happened to his videos? Like, you know, it's not really like keeping up with resolution. My camera is outdated. I've had it for almost 4 years now. I just need to upgrade. So I will be getting that soon. But without further ado, that is all the housekeeping. Now let's get into the video. Now, if you've been tuning into my YouTube shorts or you follow me on Instagram, then you'll know that I just recently got into running. Now, I go to the gym 5 out of the 7 days of the week, but I never got into cardio. Like the stair climber was boring to me. Running on a treadmill, boring to me. And for God's sake, the elliptical is like, how can people spend time on that thing? That thing is dumb. Like, look at it. It's stupid. So I've always avoided cardio just because I didn't find anything that I genuinely liked. Like, I think the only thing that I really latched onto was like jump roping, but you can only do that so long. So that's how I ultimately transitioned into going on runs, because although I do work out a lot, I wasn't necessarily seeing the results that I wanted. And I know I needed to like be a little bit more active when it came to cardio. So ultimately, that's how I landed on, you know, going on runs outside. And this started maybe like almost a full month ago. And I would say within that span of a month or maybe 3 weeks, it has to be a month now. In the span of a month, I've probably gone on a total of 6 to 7 runs, one being a 5K. My most latest run was like about 4 miles. And I've been wearing one main shoe so far, except for one run. And that one shoe has been the Sauconys Endorphin Pro 3. Now, I don't know how well you can actually see this shoe here, but this is a shoe that kickstarted it all. Again, if you've seen my YouTube short or you've seen the video on my Instagram account, this is a shoe that kickstarted me running outside. So when I give my thoughts and opinions on this shoe, just keep in mind, very much so beginner, not a pro. Haven't done a half marathon. Haven't done a marathon. I've just been going outside and running. So when I give my thoughts and opinions on this shoe in particular, take it with a grain of salt. Again, with any of my shoe reviews, these are just my thoughts and opinions based on my foot, based on my experience. But without further ado, I'm not gonna make this a long video, which, but whenever I tend to say that, the video does tend to run a little bit longer than 10 minutes. But without further ado, let's get into the review. All right, so kicking it off, the main thing that I always talk about first is going to be comfortability. Now, this is the main thing that people always have a concern about. Is the shoe comfortable? Am I gonna have pains, aches, whatever the case may be? So let's talk about the comfortability of this shoe. Now, in total, I've done maybe about 10 miles in these shoes across different days of running. And in my experience, I can't really put it any other way. These are very comfortable. And I think the main reason that they're comfortable is they're designed for people that run. Now, I haven't worn these just out walking around. I haven't worn these running errands. I haven't worn these in the gym because I feel like this shoe is very much so tailored to running. Yeah, running. And in my experience, being on many runs, doing about 10 miles in these shoes, I haven't had a single issue with them. And you would think for a beginner runner, you'll run into a lot of issues. Although my first run, I ran into a lot of issues. I'm talking pains and aches for days after the run. But I think it would have been far worse had I not had these shoes. And I really think what makes it so comfortable is like this bottom piece is so plush. So like, I think it's just like a shock absorption type thing. Like, you know, you're running outside, you're going on different terrains, whether it be dirt, cement, you know, wherever the case may be, grass sometimes. Like as you're running, like this piece down here, that's like so plush, it's just like absorbing all like the stress and the tension that, you know, the shoes really make it like as it makes an impact on the floor. I think that is just absorbing. I really haven't had any issues with it. So like on a scale, if I say 1 out of 10, the comfortability to me, this is just my opinion, the comfortability so far with these has been like a solid 8 out of 10. So if that was like a main issue that you were concerned about, are they gonna be comfortable? You know, again, this is coming from a very beginner level experience when it comes to running. If that was a point of contention where you're like, is that the word? Contention? I'd be in sidetrack. If that was the main point that you're concerned about, are they comfortable? In my opinion, these are very, very comfortable. I haven't had a single issue with them yet. Again, I've gone on maybe 5 to 6 runs, again, with that one exception when I did the Nike run. But other than that, these have been my main running shoes and I haven't had a single issue where I was like, the shoes are causing me a problem, not my shins or my lack of cardio experience. Now let's talk about sizing. Now, if you've been on my channel long enough, then you know I am a 9.5 when it comes to most sneakers. Like, yeah, I used to float between a 9, 9.5, but I feel like as of late, I am like strictly 9.5. But if you watch the video where I got sent the shoes from Saucony, every single shoe that they sent me was a size 9. These were going to be samples that they sent me. So all the samples were a size 9. In my opinion, when it comes to the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3, I think the 9 works way better. I couldn't imagine this being a 9.5. And I think the main reason is the same reason that the Triumph 4 fits so well. And the reason I like that shoe so much, especially in the gym, is because there is so much airflow on this shoe. Like, there's like these panels up here that like allow so much airflow and so much breathability in the shoe that like my foot doesn't feel cramped. I actually like it a little bit more, that my foot feels a little bit more secure in the size 9. So in my opinion, I wouldn't have wanted a 9.5 in these. I think going a half size down, especially just, you know, as I get more into running, I think I will go with a size 9 for my shoes just because I like my foot to feel a little bit more secure going on longer runs. That's just my opinion. Again, I typically wear a 9.5. All the samples that got sent to me from Saucony were a size 9. Me personally, I like that way better. I got sent a pair of shoes that I'm gonna do a review for that were a 9.5, and they do kind of fit, like they still fit, but they feel a little bit longer. And I feel like all the shoes that I got from them, these are probably like my favorite when it comes to actually running outside. But again, this is a size 9. Definitely recommend going a half size down. Again, take that with a grain of salt. That's just been my experience. I wouldn't have wanted a size 9.5 based on a pair of shoes that they were able to send me. That wasn't a pair, like a sample pair. So that's just my take. And really just like my last thoughts when it comes to the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s, these shoes will always be remembered. this is the shoe that kickstarted it all. This was the first pair of shoes that I put on my feet to go outside and go run in. So like, these shoes will always be remembered. But like, even that aside, even though Saucony sent them to me, like even that aside, like if they weren't good shoes, they just simply weren't good shoes. I haven't had a single issue with these shoes. Again, they're super lightweight, super comfortable, a lot of breathability, no issue with like, the shoe stinking or like, any buildup of any such like sweat or whatever the case may be. I don't know where I was going with that, but like they really have been a great shoe to run in. Like me personally, even if this was like, let's say this was an ad, I can't go run 4 miles in a shoe. If it was painful the entire run, I can't be on camera like, oh yeah, they're great, but my toes are bleeding, but my foot is broke and my ankle's twisted. Like, again, like I've ran 10 miles in these shoes and like I haven't had a single issue. If I had an issue with these shoes, I simply would have took them off and wore another pair of Sauconys that they sent, or just going to get another pair of shoes. So as a beginner, giving my perspective as I continue to run on my running journey, as a beginner, these are amazing shoes to start off in. I'm sure there's other shoes to start off in, but I think since these were the ones that were given to me, I only have the experience of starting with these, and these are absolutely fire sneakers. But I am curious for all my runners out there. I know my channel is geared more towards like hype sneakers, but for all my runners out there, what other sneakers should I look into as I continue on my journey of running? I'm interested to see what, is there a better sneaker out there? Is there a better model? Like, what should I, like, give me y'all pointers. Give me as much information when it comes to running as possible, because I'm definitely invested now. I've experienced runner's high. I just went on a 4-mile run, and like at like the 2.5 mile mark, I just like, I don't know, like I was already like tired and winded, but then like something in me was just like, and it just felt good. Like running it feels a little bit more rewarding than like doing like a super crazy lift day. Like when I run and I'm just like exhausted, but I'm still pushing myself to like get to the finish line, it's like, damn, like I feel good. Like I feel amazing. I don't know. Like I'm just talking at this point, trying to get my time up so I can reach that point in the watch time hours. But again, last thoughts, super great shoes. I'm not gonna run through that again. But without further ado, like I always do, I'll catch y'all in the next one.
But I love the way you work it. Hey, I love the way you work it for me.